What exactly are we talking about?
Politics.
Sports.
Education.
We'll tell you any you want to hear.
We talk, you listen.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
Well, here you all are, waiting to hear my broadcast. How very nice of you.
Bigg's Golf Talk.
America is talking.
Talking and yakety yak.
Blah, blah, blah.
It's all about talk.
A place for information, advice, golf news, golf reviews, and of course, golf humor.
Do you know who this is?
Bigg's Golf Talk.
Comes highly recommended. You're going to feel better if you talk to him.
That's the fact, Jack. Now we'll talk.
Bigg's Golf Talk is presented by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the Kings Cup today by visiting usgolfchallenge.com, and pretty soon we will have all the local qualifiers on biggsgolftalk.com as well. Bigg's Golf Talk is also sponsored in part by ShotScope. Data is power. Encore Golf. Be more with Encore. Photo Ball Marker. Preserve that memory forever with a photo ball marker today. McNally 22, design, illustration, photography, and golf. UFO Tour Golf. Oh, man, there's some special projects. We'll talk about that in just a bit here on Bigg's Golf Talk. But boy, oh boy, Billy and I has a special project that we hired UFO Tour Golf to do when we are on tour with the Folds of Honor events. Ready Putt, never putt with a dirty ball ever again, and Spider Divot Tools. Connect with Bigg's Golf Talk on the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Golf Bald. You can subscribe to Bigg's Golf Talk in iTunes. We're available on a Google Play Music Store. Also subscribe to us in YouTube, and you can catch us on iHeartRadio and on Spotify as well. Our website, www.biggsgolftalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. We have about one more week left for our April contest giveaway on Bigg's Golf Talk, and May's just right around the corner, so get ready. Boy, oh boy, this show is really, really bitching, I'll tell you that right now. Bigg Jon Vick, along with Bill, the golf father, Cuebas. Amanda Robertson has the day off today. She's got a busy, busy schedule ahead of her, and she will be on for her On Par with Amanda a little bit later on in the program. But you get the two of us. We're going out as a twosome here as we tee off on number one. Good morning, Billy.
Good morning, Biggs.
I got to play some golf. I
know. I saw that. How'd you do?
Actually, you know what? I was happy with my back nine. Really happy with my back nine. Front nine, you know, like, so I got to golf with a listener by the name of Bill Froderman. Bill has been a long-time listener, and he's from Wisconsin. He listens to us in Wisconsin here. And so I put on social media, I was thinking about one of my other friends, you know, maybe contacted me and say, hey, you know, because it was really nice. It was like 70 degrees that day. And so Bill messages me. He goes, hey, you know, I'm going to be at this course. You know, we're playing 18 holes. Would you be interested in joining me? And I was like, sure. Yeah, absolutely. So we went out there, and it was Kettle Hills, first time I was ever at that course. Highly recommend them. So if you're in the Wisconsin area, it's up in Richfield, Wisconsin. Very nice course, very reasonable. Many different, you know, I think they have 3 courses there. And, I just, it was a great course. It was a great time. Course was in great condition. They had a couple holes that were closed off because of, you know, springtime flooding and things like that. But for the most, it was not as wet as I thought it would be. I thought, we actually went out with a cart. And we were able to drive on the course and everything else. So it was not where, you know, because this was rolling hills. I mean, high elevation. We had a par 3. Billy, it was a 110-yard par 3. It played like 135. That is how high that green was.
Wow.
You know, 8 iron
awesome.
Into that green. I landed up on the green, putted for par. But my Cobra speedback irons, I am still getting used to and getting acclimated with the distances I'm on these clubs because I'm hitting them further. And
and that I have mine. I've been using mine, Biggs.
Right.
I've been playing with mine. I have them in my regular thing, and the guys that I play with, they're like, "Dang, what did you hit? What'd you hit?" Because I've been hitting it. I mean, now the weather's a lot warmer too for you guys. But you do get a lot, and if you pure that ball, if you hit it really good. Oh my goodness! The distance off of it is insane.
So
it really is. So I'm
taking advantage of the Cobra Connects, right? You got the Cobra Connect that's on there. So and I went back. I looked at the pitching wedge. I hit the pitching wedge 132 yards.
Wow! I want to tell you, it must be it's the elevation. That's why I hit mine.
Yeah.
I know you ain't got my swing speed, but I'll tell you, that elevation, man. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, because you know what's funny? People don't realize it based on where we live and how we play,
right?
And the density of the air. Like you got Bryson DeChambeau, he's a genius when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and he just happens to be playing Cobra golf clubs too.
Yep.
Yeah, and it is so true. You know, people listening to him like, what is he saying? But whatever he's saying, he has knowledge because he knows by the barometric pressure and everything else. He can judge all his distances and everything like that. Because look at the you see when you come to Florida, you lose distance in Florida because of the air. The air is thicker. And when I go to places like when we go like New Mexico, we're in higher elevation, or you play in Phoenix, or you play in Colorado. When I played in Colorado, I thought I was great, man, because I never hit the ball so far. And then it just bounces forever because the ground's so hard. But that is amazing that you're hitting the clubs as good as you are. And wait till you get used to them because
that's the thing.
They get better, Big.
On the front side, I scored a 50. So the front nine.
Okay.
Let's not forget, this is my second time ever hitting these irons. Ever. Right? Mm-hmm. Besides Orlando when I got fitted with it. Right. On the course. Mm-hmm. So the backside, a 42. Mm-hmm. Because I dialed stuff back.
Yes,
so
you have to.
I said, okay, I'm going to take, instead of taking a 9-iron at 125 yards, I went to my pitching wedge, but then I went to my gap wedge at that between 115 to 120, and that worked. Mm-hmm. That put me on the green. Yeah. And so I was like dialing it back by one club, and I was like, Bill, I'm telling you, these things feel good. I don't think I've ever had an iron feel so good, and that's probably 3/4 of this game. Because if you feel good about what you're hitting with, you're going to play well. Yeah. I have a guy on our. We make jokes. He's my Sunday morning friend. He also does tattoos and stuff like that. He plays Cobra irons. He plays a model that's maybe like a year and a half older than mine, and we put our 7 irons together. They're both the same length. Everything's identical. You know, the specs, everything was the same. He hits mine about 10 to 12 yards farther than he hits his 7. Yeah.
With nothing different.
Nothing different.
They're both 7s. No.
Right.
No, same company. These clubs, whatever, that bounce factor and everything that they've put into it, they've made it work. You know what I mean? I think I gained about, like I said last time, about 8 to 10 yards on it. But there's a lot out there, man.
The front side, I also found myself pulling a lot of shots. So I think picking up the head speed of the club, coming through faster. So I'm getting ahead of and I'm pulling it, a little bit. So I had a lot of shots, but I adjusted backing up the ball a little more, so I hit it, a lot, quicker, before.
Yes.
So I'm just impressed with these Cobra Speedback King F9 irons and the driver, and pretty soon I actually got a wood coming. Again, investing money into something I believe in. So that's what it's all about. We do the show, and a lot of times, we get stuff to try out. Yes, we do. But a lot of times, there's times that we'll invest money into stuff and then have the person on the show, or we'll have the person on the show, try it out, and then we invest more money into the product because we like it so much. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
But, so anyway, we're playing golf, and Bill was like, "Yeah, man, you gotta get used to those, huh?" Yeah. But something funny happened to me. First time ever in my golf career, ever something happened.
I know what's happening.
So I tee off, and I go through the follow through. My thigh hulks out of my pants. I mean, right at the seam.
I saw the pictures.
Right at the seam. So, I mean, there's no rip anywhere else but along the seam, and it looks like, and he's like, "Man, did you just hulk out of your drive?"
You see, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice, Biggs, for the future.
Yeah.
Those are pictures you don't want to post because everybody was laughing.
Everybody was laughing, yeah. And there are some very humorous comments.
Well, why everybody was like, "Oh, are you on steroids? You better lay up from that lifting." What did I say? I was like, "Did you You tooted and blew a hole right out of that thing, didn't you? Yep, there was no more room for that gas to escape, and it blew right out the seams.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you threw yourself out there to the Lions, and, of course, you know, Billy being who I am.
I told Bill, I said, and he's actually following that post. I said, watch all the comments, including from my co-host. You're going to see, you know, that. So, also,
you have to. I have to rag on you.
Absolutely. Also tried out the Pro Adapt Ignite black shoes on the golf course the other day, and man, those things are comfortable, man. Those things are comfortable.
Awesome.
That is a real deal shoe, and it's the same shoe that Ricky Fowler wears, and I just felt really good. As a matter of fact, that's I have the Adidas. I love my Adidas shoes. I put those black ones, so I have different models and different colors to go with some outfits and stuff like that, including a spikeless pair from Adidas. But yeah, that Pro Adapt Ignite Pro Adapt is a good shoe. It really is well worth the money. Very comfortable.
There you go. That sounds like a product of the week coming real soon.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I mean, as people are listening to this, you and I are together in New Mexico and playing some golf and doing some videotaping and stuff for the Folds of Honor New Mexico. And also, big project we hired UFO Tour Golf Steve Hopkins for. We posted pictures on social media about it, and there's some fabric layers that you guys got to see, and Bill and I will be matching it up and having a golf bag. And we thought, Bill and I sat down and had this discussion and said, what can we do to really make our brand pop out there when we're together? And we decided we're going to get the same golf bag to represent the Folds of Honor. We are true wingmen of the Folds of Honor, and we stand with the Folds of Honor. And we wanted to say to Steve Hopkins, hey, Steve, we're gonna give you money to give to the Folds of Honor. We want you to build these bags for us, and we want to show them off. We want the people to know and see these bags. That way they can go to ufotourgolf.com and get themselves some Folds gear. And Billy, I'll tell you, the pictures that we just seen, I bet is not going to do that bag justice.
Oh my goodness! I mean, I'm excited. I mean, and the thing is that we're first off the line for this new design,
right?
And there's other people.
I think you, me, Major Ed, and Tony Beata is going to have, and Steve's going to have a bag. So
yes, so I mean, first group out. I mean, come on, you can't. What's better than that? An opportunity to join into that group that we have.
How about to group us together with a Major Ed Polito and a Tony Beata alone? That I'm truly honored. I am truly honored.
Two of the guys that we love, man. You know what I mean? That scream Folds of Honor. In addition, so it's going to be great. I'm hoping that they're done before we start making our tours, which are coming soon. We're going to have a big push for a lot of events for the Folds that when we actually going to golf and participate and do the live show. I think they're going to scream Folds of Honor and Bigg's Golf Talk when we have them, by the booth wherever we're going to be doing our radio shows. I love it. You know how I do it all the time. I love everything Folds, and what better way to get it out, and help at the same time.
Absolutely, and we want you guys to also visit our website and visit our events page and see where we are going to be live. If we're going to be live near you, we certainly want you to come out, because every place that you see on that events page, we are doing a live broadcast from. And I'm just looking forward to being at Bay Hill. I'm looking forward to being in New Mexico. I'm looking forward to Colorado, Indiana, and there's other chapters that when Motor City wanted us there. Unfortunately, their event's the same day as other events, and Major Ed Polito's Invitational is the same day as another event. So it's like, we want to try and break things up and get ourselves to new chapters and represent every chapter that there is for the Folds of Honor and raise money for local chapters around, and we're just looking forward to it. So make sure you head over to BiggsGolfTalk.com and visit our events tab, and because we're going to have prizes live. So even if you're not participating in an event, we'd love to see you support the cause, support the mission, never leave any family left behind on the field of battle. And, you show up, you never know, you might win some Bigg's Golf Talk swag. And so we're looking forward to that as well. Big congratulations to Encore Golf. Encore Golf winning some gold in the Golf Digest for the Elixir Ball. So congratulations. I mean, that's the ball I was playing the other day, and man, oh man, it's playing well. And I know they had some specials going on because of the gold award from the Golf Digest award. And Billy, Encore Golf doing some great things too, aren't they?
Oh yeah, I mean they're blowing up. I got to reach out. I got to get my special golf balls. I had talked to Steve about, and I got to reach out to him. I forgot to send him that email. But I mean, you got Gary Player out there. I mean, you're reading all the social media
right?
Because I'm all over the place, and people are like, well, if it's good enough for Gary Player, I'm switching.
Yeah.
So people are switching to the ball. It's a sleeper. I mean, and the price point is great. And this year, they've gone to all new heights. You know, they are the real deal. When that major thing happened a couple years ago, and we lost a lot of the private golf ball companies that we loved out there, you know, because they couldn't compete with the big dogs. Encore stayed around, and they're still around. And I don't think
engineering their own
they
ball.
Just keep getting better.
Yeah, engineering their own ball. They're not counting on any outside. You know, they are doing it themselves. So, yep. And
I don't know if you know Biggs, but you know I keep up to date on them as well, and they're moving forward with their Genius Ball, with everything that's going on, and the explosion. You know, Gary Player on the scene, and them winning that gold and everything. They're moving faster than anticipated with their Genius Ball, and I'm looking forward to what comes of it. You know, we've been waiting, and I think with all this hype out here, we're not going to be disappointed in the least bit what they got coming for us.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to give some credit where credit is due to a longtime listener and longtime follower of Biggs Golf Talk. And Billy, you know him. He loves his contests. He loves – and this guy, he never asks for anything in return, but he does love his contests. I don't want to call him a contest whore, but he loves the giveaways. Justice Specs. Justice Specs has been a long-time Encore Golf believer.
User.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, and
he's never wavered from it.
No.
He's never wavered from that. And while he enters contests, but he's always and ideally he's showing love for all the companies that he believes in. It's not like 1 week it's Encore, and then 2 days later it's a different company golf ball, and another day later it's this. He sticks to what he loves, and he's fortunate, and we're all fortunate. And for our listeners that don't know, Encore virtually holds a contest every week, I think it is.
Yeah.
That every week I'm on social media, they're giving away a dozen balls. They're doing a lot of stuff to give back. So if you've never tried them and you're on the fence, go follow them. Enter their contest. You know, when you hit that ball, you're going – I was a skeptic. You know what I mean? And I was a skeptic way back when they started with the steel core inside that ball. And when I hit the ball farther than I ever did before and it went in the water and I lost it, I became a firm believer. But they offer a great product at a great price point. The more you get, the better the deal you're going to get. And I think it's only going to get better for them. So
as a matter of fact, J-Dog retweeting out that Biggs Golf Talk is bitchin'. We appreciate that, J-Dog. And you know what?
J-Dog.
And you know what? I'm going to honor you later on in the show. Keep listening to find out how I'm going to honor you, Justice Specs, for doing what you do for Biggs Golf Talk. So you're going to find out just a little bit later on in the show. But we have a great show for you. We're going to get it started here on Biggs Golf Talk. Coming up next here on Biggs Golf Talk, it is On Par with Amanda. We'll be right back right after this.
Hey everyone, Biggs Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. Download the app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Biggs Golf Talk. Be sure to save us as a favorite so that you'll know when we're on. Join the millions of iHeartRadio listeners and listen to Biggs Golf Talk. Golf Talk for golfers.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams in 4 flights, in 2 age divisions, represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
This is a commercial for golfers. Take the next step to improving your game with ShotScope and discover your strengths and weaknesses. Analyze statistics on your clubs, tee shots, approaches, short game, and putting. ShotScope V2 is the golf watch that combines GPS distances with automatic performance tracking. Once you have it, you won't want to play around without it. Check out ShotScope.com to take your game to the next level.
It's time for commentary, opinion, and controversy. On par with Amanda. And here's the golf diva, Amanda Robertson.
Good morning, boys and girls from BiGGs Golf Talk. You are listening to On Par with Amanda. It's a wonderful Saturday morning, and I am excited to dive into today's topic. But first, last week we spoke on college athletes getting paid. I explained to you that I feel that they should. I think that college athletes tear down their bodies way before they even make it to the pros, and sometimes not even able. They give their heart and soul to the college and then walk away with nothing, while the college makes a buttload of money off of these players. So I just really think it's something that, you know, these kids are dedicating their time and their, like I said, their bodies, and they're the school property for 4, sometimes 5 years, depending on redshirting. So these colleges that are making so much money off of them really need to figure out a way to compensate whatever that answer may be. And I didn't exactly have an answer, but I wanted to hear what you guys had to say. Got a couple write-ins. So Sean, who has worked with many college athletes and still does to this day, he has made the statement that amateur athletes, they already get a free ride. That is plenty. So Sean, I have to say that while I hear what you're saying, I have to disagree. I have to say that I don't think, I get it, free college tuition, but you don't even get to enjoy your college experience because you are working and grinding every day to be part of your team and traveling. And so, yeah, it's struggle. You're working twice as hard, I think, as regular students. And for those of you, let me remind you, I did not play collegiate golf. I played for an amateur tour outside of college. So I was not a college athlete, although I played, during. And so that's kind of where I'm coming from. You still write in. I want to hear more about this college athlete thing. I'm pretty excited to hear your thoughts, so don't forget to write in. Let's dive in. We have a very special guest with us today, and we are discussing the topic of flag in or flag out. We have beat it to death, guys. We've talked about rules weeks and weeks over, but this is one I can't let go. So let me introduce real quick Sean Stone. He's a TPI certified personal trainer in Scottsdale, Arizona. Happens to be my personal trainer. Yay! So we are going to have a little debate. We feel very differently on this topic, and while there are some things that we agree on, for the most part, we're on two sides of the flag stick. So great. So here we go. Thanks, Sean, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We're excited. Well, let's dive right into it. Would you like to start us on what your side of the story is?
Yeah. So in my opinion, I kind of could go either way with it, but there are several occasions where I think leaving the flag stick is beneficial. So one of those being that it's, for a long putt, it could be great for depth perception. Trying to figure out how far you really are away from that flag and give you some good ideas. And the biggest thing and we just read an article in Golf WRX, and they were stating distances, putts, away from the hole, how far the ball would go if it actually missed the hole. But I think one of the biggest things that you see maybe in the amateur ranks, because that's what I am, is when you're putting past the hole, or if you miss the hole, it goes past the hole. If that flag stick was in the way, it actually may stop. And even if it ricochets, it may only ricochet a few feet instead of going 10, 15, 20 feet past. Now, hopefully you're not putting on the green that goes 10 or 15, 20 feet past, but it does happen. As a matter of fact, if you remember the Masters, Bryson DeChambeau coming in on 18 almost holed a shot out, and it actually hit the flag stick. Had it not hit the flag stick, I don't think, even if the pin was out, it would have holed. We don't know, but it probably would have rolled 10 to 15 feet past or more on those greens, causing a very slippery putt on the way back, causing him maybe to 2 or 3 putt on the way back. So that actually could have saved him in that aspect. Now, that being off the green, a little bit different from actually putting on the green with it, but same reference of it actually stops what could be a bad putt from going and making it a worse putt, or a putt that not bad on a really sloping green going into a worse putt. So that's kind of the area I see where those things could be left in. And in my opinion, I have no problem with it being left in. Plus, it doesn't take as much time. You're in, you're off, you're done, you putt, you get off the green, and you go to the next hole.
Right. Well, thank you for your side of the story. Sean looks like I'm about to tear him down, but that's okay. No. So I totally get what you're saying. So let's address one issue at a time. So as far as depth perception, I'm someone, I don't have super great vision. It's been a struggle in my putting. So I understand where you're coming from on the depth perception side for longer putts. Anything outside of 20, 25 feet, you're starting to get in that range where it's more of just a lag putt. I'm not trying to make the putt. So I could almost see that, and I don't mind it left in. But where I have an issue is when we start to get inside of 15 feet, I want, as a player, I'm trying to make the putt. I'm not trying to lag it up there. So I'm trying to make these putts, and I want to see as much space as possible. I don't want to visually impair my focus on the center of the cup or where that ball needs to enter. So the flagstick is now giving an optical illusion that the hole is obviously quite a bit smaller. You have the rim around the flagstick. And visually, I just don't like it. Now, is that because I'm so used to putting with the flagstick out? When I'm on a practice green, I don't putt with the flagstick in. I take it out. So is it just muscle memory of me kind of gearing, myself to always see that? And is it something that I could adjust to? Probably. But for the most part, I can't see that if you're taking away space from the cup, how that would ever help you. So that's the first situation. The second situation is when you're talking about errant putts or errant shots. So you rip a putt and it goes, it's going to go 10, 12 feet past. You hit it way too hard. It hits the flagstick. It saves you because it knocks you to like 3 feet when maybe you had a 10, 15 footer coming back. Now, as a pro, I definitely hit bad shots. I still, we have our moments. But I'm definitely not standing over a putt going, man, I hope this flagstick stops it if I hit it too hard. So for me, and maybe I'm different because I'm playing in a different mindset, I personally, that's where I struggle leaving it in. I want to make these putts. I don't want to eliminate space. And as far as so maybe this is an issue of not necessarily science. Maybe this is an issue of a good versus a bad putter or a good versus a bad player. And maybe as you get better, maybe it's advantageous to take it out. And maybe if you are beginning or you're starting out, it is advantageous to leave it in. And that's where I could see there being, I guess, some benefit, because the likelihood of you sculling a chip, although I sculled one out on the course today, no comments. But if you scull one or you rip a putt too hard and you're learning how to putt, it could save you for sure. But I just don't like it. I don't like the look.
I could see where for you and a pro, it's something that you'd have to get used to, or something that may look a little different to you. And again, you're on a different level than most people out there, as any pro would be. I was kind of surprised when I did see the pros leaving the flagstick in, to be honest with you, because they're so used to that and they're so used to the look, as you mentioned. If we go back to the mad scientist and Bryson DeChambeau, and if my understanding is correct, or at least what I've heard is correct, he ordered a flagstick from every place he was playing that year just so he could test the COR, the coefficient of restitution. So that's a little out there, but we just saw the post, from WRX, where they talk about fiberglass versus aluminum versus tapered, whatever this thing's made out of. But they talked about the differences on how the ball reacts coming off of that. Again, leaving it in, I think, is supposed to be a benefit, and one of the reasons that the rule is there is that to help the golfers, not only as a benefit or maybe a backstop, and again, maybe that was geared more towards the amateurs, but also to save time. I was playing golf probably a couple weeks ago, and we were trying to get the last couple holes in, and it was literally one gentleman playing in front of us, and he took the flagstick out, he got down, looked at his putt, made the putt or missed the putt, make the comebacker, go travel, pick the flagstick up, put it back in the hole. And all of a sudden, you start to see, wow, if he just left the flagstick in, this actually might be, going a little faster. We're trying to finish before dark. So there's a couple times where you go, man, just leave it in and go. So I kind of see where the amateur might benefit from it, not only saving time and maybe saving some face on the course as well, and not getting people mad at you, but also, again, a big slopey putt for an amateur, maybe it helps him or her.
Yeah, I mean, I think, so this is where the time issue, so as listeners of Bigg's Golf Talk, you've been listening to me rant and rave about the tradition of the game, and I'm all for good pace of play, but I am not for rushing, and there are two very big differences in that. Now, the issue with the timing situation is I've actually experienced quite the opposite on the golf course. I noticed that by the ability to leave it in because people aren't used to it, I'm out playing with 3 guys and they all feel differently about this rule change. So you've got 2 of us that want it in. So then the guys that want it in need to putt first, but maybe they're not out and they're not supposed to putt first. And so everybody kind of stands around looking at, well, John, Bill, did you want the flag in? Did you not want the flag in? And pretty soon 5 extra minutes has gone on and nobody's comfortable over their putt because you say, oh, heck, leave it in, no big deal, I'll just putt with it, but you don't feel comfortable. So maybe this is a point where voicing your opinion and saying, hey, guys, I'm taking it out, so I'll go last. But then now you're changing the game of golf. It's not who's out, it's who wants it one way and who wants it another. So I struggle with the timing thing because now we've turned a traditional game of golf into let's hurry up and finish, let's hurry up and rush, whatever we can do to make it faster. And I think that's losing the integrity of what golf is. But with that said, on the flip note, yeah, if you're trying to hurry and your buddy's in the bunker and he can't get over to tend the flag for you, this is a perfect example of why it is an assist. You can leave it in and go 2-putt while he's messing around raking the bunker, and you can get out of there. So I can see both sides. I do. But I still have to say flag out. For 10 feet and in, you got to take it out, folks. And if you ever get a chance or an opportunity to play with me, we're taking the flag out. Deal breaker if you don't. Sean, I'd like to give you the last word in this lovely debate because I don't want to take the last word.
Oh, well, that's so nice of you. I'll end with this. I've seen you putt. You might want to leave it in.
Oh, man. He came ready, locked, and loaded, folks. Well, Sean, thanks for coming on. It's always fun to have a little bit of banter, so these people don't want to hear me talk to myself all day, all week. For those of you listening to Bigg's Golf Talk, this is On Par with Amanda. Make sure you write in at biggsgolftalk.com. You can write into biggsgolftalk@gmail.com and make sure you put On Par with Amanda in the subject line. That will make sure that I get your opinions, your thoughts. If you have any really controversial topics you'd like to discuss, hit me up. Let me know. Hit me up on A. Robertson Golf on Instagram. And until next time, keep swinging for par.
That was a great segment by Amanda Robertson. Keep swinging for par, people. Keep swinging for par. On Par with Amanda, sponsored by Backswing Golf Events. Listen, folks, if you're looking for classy ladies to come and raise money for your event or your charity, as a matter of fact, BackswingGolfEvents.com is the only place you need to go to and book these lovely ladies for your event to raise money and entertain the golfers in your event. Backswing Golf Events is the place for your event today. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore.
Having a corporate or charity golf event? Backswing Golf Events can supply your tournament with personable, professional golfers to entertain and fundraise on the golf course. They can accommodate any size group, whether it be 3 players to 500. They are your team. From range lessons, Beat the Pro, and Pro-Am style roaming, they're making lasting memories one swing at a time. So make sure to check out backswinggolfevents.com or call us direct at 661-316-3093 and book your pros now.
This is the Golf Life Report. I'm Travis Harper. Golf Life recently visited Indio, California, home to one of the most unique golf experiences in the nation, Muni Madness. 50 players teeing off together 4 wide.
People are showing up for the Muni Madness, baby. Here we go.
Indio, California is home to one of the most unique golf experiences in the nation, Muni Madness. 50 players teeing off together 4 wide. After teeing off, play continues en masse with organized chaos as all players chip and putt out together, all playing the same hole, trying to be the lone birdie with the chance to put cash in their pocket. It's absolute madness.
It's $15 entry, $5 for a hole-in-one pot, and $10 goes into the skin pot. There's 50 players tonight, so $500. Right now we have 1 skin, which I'm shocked we have any skins tonight. And Jesse basically has $500 in his pocket, and people are vying for that right now. And then every individual hole is a whip out. If somebody makes a 2 like Jesse did on that hole, then Jesse collects $3 from everybody on the spot. If you make a hole-in-one, and we've had 20 of them this year already, if you make a hole-in-one, everybody pays you $10 plus the hole-in-one pot, which I think is at $1,200, so another $1,800. Not a bad night, right?
Oh, get you some. Come on, guys. Talking about. This is super high pace. How do we keep up with it?
It's an honor system at the end of the day, and we believe each other when we say we are in a certain spot at a certain time. It's a good thing.
Oh, I'm loving it, man. This is what it's like every time. This is what it's all about.
The guys from the Madison Club, where I actually work now, and the guys from the Quarry, and the guys from all the different courses in town all came together, and they decided to play in one large group. And it was, right away, it was magic. It was so much fun to watch these guys. It was a different vibe than I've ever seen before. We were all relaxed. We're all working the golf business. It's a job you do because you love golf, not because you're ever going to be rich.
Is that beer going to help you tonight?
Fingers crossed. Beard power.
Beard power. Are you comfortable? You look super comfortable right now.
Super comfortable. You got to stay warm out here, dude.
And
we have a scarf. Not going to lie. I'm the guy with the scarf.
Oh my God.
It's a whip-out game, skins game, and then we have a team game every weekend. And right now we're doing this thing called Mustache Madness. We have a guy who noticed that there's a lot of kids here that are not making any money. They're poor. We have a kid that shot 60 today that's living on a sofa. He literally makes money by coming to these games. That's how he earns a living. And we have a bunch of kids out here that are good enough to play tour golf, but they can't afford it. So myself and Ron Sloy came together, and Ron said, I'm going to help. I want these people to have a chance to make it. Muni Madness is on Instagram at Muni Madness, all one word. We have 3 other locations in Oregon, Coos Bay, Oregon, at Muni Madness Coos Bay. We've got one in Eugene, Oregon, and one in Medford. I do this for free. All of us that have worked at this game do it for free. I've never made a penny except for when I've won out here. Hop in, watch the Instagram, Muni Madness, and then come on here and watch it, because it's honestly, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's absolutely insane. I encourage you, if you're in Indio, California, come out here, Muni Madness, check it out.
Muni Madness, it's the best show there is in town. Glad y'all could join us.
As always, for the best video golf tips, gear reviews, course and travel features, and PGA player profiles, check out golflife.com or follow us on facebook.com/golflife or on Instagram at golflifetv. I'm Travis Harper, and that is this week's Golf Life Report.
Have you ever seen a tour pro line up a putt with a dirty ball? No way. A clean ball rolls accurately, and accurate putts mean lower scores. The solution? Ready Putt. It's the putter cover reinvented. Ready Putt has a patented ball cleaner that's made to absorb and retain water. All you need to do is add water, and it remains wet throughout your round, giving your ball the perfect shine. It also has a magnetic surface to hold your ball marker and divot repair tool. Let's say you switch putters from round to round using a blade, mid-mallet, or large mallet. Ready Putt Original has you covered. The universal design with its unique foam insert fits 99% of all putters. It has the same water-retaining ball cleaner and magnetic surface features, so you'll have everything you need to prepare your putt. Look, putting is hard enough. Accurate putts start with a clean ball, and a clean ball starts with Ready Putt.
For more information about Ready Putt, visit ReadyPutt.com. That is ReadyPutt.com. Clean it and sink it.
Golf Dots is a unique, high-resolution ink transfer to personalize your golf game. Golf balls, golf shoes, and clubs, Golf Dots can personalize it for you. Golf Dots conforms to the USGA rules and doesn't alter the trajectory of your golf ball. Tour proven on all major tours, Golf Dots is designed and made in America. Many styles to choose from that will fit every golfer's personality. New styles are being released on a regular basis, so to order your Golf Dots, visit www.golfdots, that's GOLFDOTZ.com. Golf Dots is also available in many golf shops. The website for Golf Dots is www.golfdots.com. And if you enter promo code BiggJon15, that's BiGGJON 15, you get a discount for your Golf Dots. Or call 847-829-4238. Personalize your golf game today with Golf Dots.
Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk, right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Let's not forget about your Alexa devices. Hey, Alexa, play Bigg's Golf Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or on Spotify, either one. But she will play it for you on your Alexa devices. Bigg Jon Vick, along with the golf father, Bill Cuebas. He'll make an offer that you can't refuse or won't refuse even. Billy, you know, we always talk about practice. Practice makes you better, right?
Yep, absolutely.
And sometimes you need certain tools to practice, right?
Absolutely, yes. Sure do.
One of the tools that I like to use when I'm practicing is called the Caddie Basket, and you're very familiar with this tool, aren't you, Bill?
Absolutely. We've had them on the show before.
Absolutely. And Caddie Basket is one of those tools. It's a multi-tool. It's like your Swiss knife of practice for your golf game. You can record with it. You can lean your clubs out so you don't have to bend down. It has little compartments on top. You can put your balls, your tees, your wallet, your whatever. You know, it's a lot of different things that allows you to practice more efficiently. And I have one of these Caddie Baskets, and I must tell you, you know, I wrote a review for them, as a matter of fact, and I said in the review, as a matter of fact, I'll read the whole review to you that I said. The first time I was introduced to Caddie Basket Pro, I was very impressed with the durability and the engineering behind the product. This is not some flimsy plastic container on a pole. This is a must-have tool for you to use when you practice. If you're serious about your game, everything is within reach when using the Caddie Basket. The phone tablet holder is a key to recording your golf swing. No matter if you practice at home or on the range, I highly recommend the Caddie Basket Pro to every golfer, and that's what I sent to David, which is the truth, because that is my words exactly. Let's introduce our next guest here on Bigg's Golf Talk. He is the CEO and founder of this great product. He's going to tell you about it for those that don't know about the product, but he's going to tell you about it. David Simmons II is joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk. David, welcome into Bigg's Golf Talk once again, my friend.
Great, guys. Thank you so much. And, yeah, that review, still, when you just read it, like all the hair on my arms stood up. So I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you see the benefit in it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, obviously, you're the CEO, you're the founder of the product. So I may not give it that proper description of it, but for those that don't know and didn't hear you the first time you were on Bigg's Golf Talk a few years back, tell us, what is Caddie Basket?
Yeah, so the Caddie Basket itself was developed because I wasn't able to bend after a surgery. And so I had to have everything elevated up at waist height or higher. So I said, well, let me look at Amazon or eBay and see what I could come up with and, something that would work. And there wasn't anything. So I said, well, let me put some stuff together out in the garage. And, my wife's wicker basket was a casualty of that. And so I took it out on the range, just a brutal-looking prototype. And, people started asking, what it was, and it kind of looked like Frankenstein out there. So anyway, I got enough comments on it, so I put together a working prototype that was somewhat legit looking. And, I said to myself, hey, once 100 people tell me they wish they'd thought of that or it's a great idea, then I'm going to go with it.
Is your goal with a Caddie Basket to get these out to, probably a mass amount of ranges, golf ranges, where it comes automatic on the golf range, where people are not having to bend down to put up, to pick up balls and stuff like that? Is that your ultimate goal? Is kind of have these out majority of the markets of the range?
Yeah, I definitely want to see more of them out there. Right now is, believe it or not, over the winter we had a lot of indoor facilities. Some that had simulator ranges inside. I just got back from New York and met with a bunch of simulator ranges up there, just kind of getting ready for next year, next winter. But yeah, just when I thought of every golf vertical out there, something new pops up or somebody buys it. Like this week we had some lacrosse coaches purchase them.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I guess, it's good for storing balls behind the goalie net. So when they misfire a shot, they don't have to worry about running 30 yards to go get it. They just have a stack of them in the caddy basket behind the goal. And again, that's something I hadn't thought about. So, of course, we had a couple of those at a few lacrosse events. And now the coaches want them for the sideline because the kids are looking for their mouthpieces, their sticks, and everything after a timeout. So, that's we're kind of branching out all over the place. A couple guys just bought them for fishing. Because I still make the phone call after the sale a lot of times, especially if the individual that purchases it isn't a golfer. I want to know kind of what their feedback is and what they're using it for and that kind of thing, just to see maybe down the road how we can adapt it or maybe even bring out a new product.
What's so good about this is you also offer custom branding options. So you talk about lacrosse teams, you talk about indoor simulators and stuff like that. But golf courses or golf domes or golf facilities or sports teams that are practicing have the ability to custom brand the Caddie Basket.
Yeah, they sure do. We use a laser etching guy out of Lakeland, so he does an initial layout with your logo, and we send proofs back and make sure everything's good to go. And we could, make them up to, I think, 4x5 is the largest logo we can put on there. But most people that we're seeing is like 3x4.
Yeah.
That seems to fit most logos, and it looks really sharp still. Once you get up a little bit bigger, that plaque kind of eats up a lot of the backspace and takes away from the aesthetic of the piece. But we could definitely get logos on there. We've done I bet 20, 25 custom logos for companies.
Nice.
And one real estate company actually gives them whenever they sell a house on the golf course.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. Again, I didn't think about that either. They just come in and you start talking to, whoever buys it, and they say, I'm using it for this, and it just strikes you as surprising sometimes what they're using it for. But
absolutely,
I hold a nice cold beverage in mind every now and again as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Billy, I could see a Golf Father logo being on one of these. Hey, ho, hey.
Yeah,
I had one, and then one of the pros that I golf with, from V1, when I golfed with him, he wanted it, so I got the okay, and I gave it to him. I was kind, because he uses it for his students.
There you go.
There you go. And
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Next time you're in town, stop on by.
Yes, absolutely.
I got yours boxed up in the garage. Yeah, definitely.
I got to make it by. I got to go see my kid who lives very close. Which is, it's very close, but I hardly ever go around. They always come to my house for some reason. It could be the food. I think it's the food. I think that's what the problem is. I got to stop cooking.
So I have to waft out. Next time I cook up my cereal, I'll have to waft it out the window so they smell my good cooking.
Yes, that's it.
I bring it over with hot cereal.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Now that we have gotten ourselves familiarized with the Caddie Basket, how can people find out more information about Caddie Basket?
Yeah, so we are on the website, CaddieBasketGolf.com. You can find us on Facebook as well, just by typing in Caddie Basket Golf. Our Instagram is all set up, and you can purchase on each one of those platforms as well. You can go through the website, you can go through Facebook and now Instagram, and also through Range Servant. It's still distributing for us as well nationwide, so if you have an account with them, you can log in and get it ordered through them as well.
Well, now you have an event that you're a coordinator of that Caddie Basket is involved in. Tell us about that event.
Yeah, so 2017 I got involved with the U.S. Disabled Golf Association. I met Jason Hicks Faircloth there, and I took my product down to their the area that they had set up down there, which was amazing. And I just set a couple of them up and said, you guys are more than welcome to use a couple. I had 2 extra demo units in the car, so I took them down there and set them up, and they started using those. And from that point on, I just wanted to give back. As a small upstart company, you really have to be careful of money, but I have time and heart to give toward certain events and that really hit home. And this is one of those groups that really I really enjoyed, and I'm amazed at how athletic they are. And so that's what we're doing this year. Is I'm the tournament coordinator for the U.S. Disabled Open Golf Championship there in Midlothian, Virginia. It's just like right on Richmond Midlothian line there. And it's at Independence Golf Club from May 14th through the 16th. So we've got some unbelievable golfers. I think we have 20 that are, what have we got? Yeah, I think 20 under that are under 10 handicaps. They're going to be playing. Yeah, the lights out. It's just amazing.
That is awesome.
I think we got 7 0 handicaps in the field.
Wow. That is incredible.
That's
I'm looking at the entries. They got, if you go to their website, Biggs, www.usdga.net, they actually have the confirmed entries that of the people that are going to be there, where they reside. There's somebody from Weeki Wachee, Florida, John Bell. You got guys from all over Mexico, Sweden, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, another one from a woman from Florida, Arkansas, Belgium, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Texas, and the list just keeps going on. So that's pretty neat. And it seems like a very interesting event. So, whoever's in Virginia, I know we got some listeners out from Virginia. My daughter was out there in Virginia. That's where she was stationed at. But that looks like are they allowing patrons to go and watch, or is it just people, the participants?
No, we have we actually have some of the a lot of the group homes. I reached out to them. So the assisted living facilities, especially in that area, they're always looking for something for for everybody that lives there for something to do. And so I started calling around and letting them know that we were going to be up that way, and it was kind of a big event. And if they had any golfers that just want to come out and be amazed, that this might be a good event for them to hop on a bus and cart everybody over to. So we actually have 3 homes that are going to be stopping by to check it out.
That is awesome.
And we do have we've got several spots left as well. It's a great event for veterans. All the research shows PTSD, all that good stuff. It's like really, it helps out. So anybody that's and also the World Golf Rankings. This will be the first event ever for the Disabled World Golf Rankings. So we're kind of learning on the fly a little bit. As far as how it's going to work, but we're working on that. We should have everything figured out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's cool
to plan for it. But we're excited. Richmond Regional Tourism is unbelievable. I can't imagine any other group being so hands-on. I've been really impressed with them, and of course the founder Jason Hicks loves them because just how involved they are in the process. They understand. We were very transparent from the get-go that hey, this is going to be the first big event with the World Golf Rankings, and we really need this thing to go off without a hitch. And they got it right from the get-go. I can't say enough about it.
This is what golf is all about. This is you bring people like this together. And David, you mentioned something that Bill and I certainly are big supporters of is therapy as far as PTSD goes, and golf seems to do that for a lot of PTSD people that suffer from that, and really helps their mind get into the right mode. as far as that goes. And that's one of the reasons why you got to love golf, and especially something like this with U.S. Disabled Golf Association is just doing a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, I've been, Jason's been great. I actually went there over to their section to meet somebody else, and they were out to lunch. So Jason theirs as well. So I started chatting with him, and I just saw the passion and his dedication to it. And I hadn't seen that since I rolled my own product out. I really felt like I could really do something with it, but until I saw it down in their section, and I got to know him more, and we're buddies now, and he pours everything he has it back into the USDGA, and it really shows. Sometimes his posts on the social platforms are very passionate, and I just really dig that. I feel like anyone that's in golf and is making a difference, probably it comes to them naturally,
Absolutely.
But it helps you sleep at night knowing you're doing something good. And again, it was a way for me to do something without necessarily having to, being a startup and not having a whole lot of cash. If I can donate another 30 hours a week or 40 hours a month or anything, give back one way or another, it makes a difference to get more people involved in the sport.
I will say this now. I said it when I had Dan Rooney on for the very first time. I will say it with this. USDGA is going to be huge. And I think it's bigger than what it is. It could be bigger than what it is now. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see events like this across the country. And I'm going to say it. You tell that founder, Jason, get ready for a rocket ride, because he is going to take this thing and it is going to just skyrocket up to the stars, because there's many disabled golfers across the country, if not globally, but across the country, that enjoy golf but just don't know how they can get on the golf course.
Yeah, and this is a great introductory platform. We're more than happy to have anyone, not just those competing for the points, the World Golf Ranking points, but any golfers that want to get out there and mix it up on the course. We're more than happy. You don't necessarily have to put yourself in for the points program. And we saw, I think half of the field last year was people we knew or he knew, and then the other half were, serious golfers that compete, in different adaptive golf programs. But I told him the same exact thing. I said, this could be really big. So we have plans next year to start, smaller regional events possibly. We're going to see how this goes.
Right.
And maybe have qualifiers for the Open Championship, throughout the U.S. So that way people can compete regionally and then go to that one big-time event every year.
David, we're short on time. I want to thank you for coming on the show. And if you guys want to find out more information about the USDGA, go to usdga.net. And, Billy, there's something about this association, right, that you have the Veterans Golfers Association. You obviously have Folds of Honor that does golf events all the time.
Yep.
But this isn't just for veterans. This is for any disabled person in the U.S. And that is what I like about this thing. And when David Simmons talked about, regional events, I could see, just regular events, like he said, not be a part of a point system. But I think most disabled golfers out there want to be a part of a competition. They want to compete.
Absolutely.
I just see the USDGA being something huge from border to border. Yeah,
I think it's going to be really big. I like the whole concept. I like nobody's excluded from it.
Right.
And you see it varies from all kinds of disabilities. It's not limited to one. It has a whole bunch of different unique people that are there. And I actually, if I wasn't booked already, I'd probably go over there just to watch, because I think it's going to be an amazing event and something to inspire a lot of people. So I would hope that they would actually get a lot more coverage out from Virginia the local media out there where they could actually go and maybe do a video, do something.
Right.
Maybe that's something that he needs to do while he's there. Get somebody to donate their time that they can shoot a video or make a promo video and let people see what's going on and share in that joy, because everybody wants it, to find somebody to cheer for and be a hero for. And I think a lot of these people that are stepping up are going to be heroes in their own way. So I think it's a worthwhile cause.
Absolutely. All right, we got to take a break, and when we come back, more of Bigg's Golf Talk coming your way right after this.
Hey, this is Boxer Shorts, and I've got some big news. Bigg's Golf Talk is now on iHeartRadio. You can download their app for free or go to iHeart.com and search for Bigg's Golf Talk. And make sure while you're there that you favorite us so that you'll know when we're on. Join all the other millions of listeners on iHeartRadio and listen to Bigg's Golf Talk. We're the best. Right.
The United States Golf Challenge, sponsored by Tito's Handmade Vodka, is in its 5th season of identifying the best two-person amateur teams in the country. 8 teams and 4 flights in 2 age divisions represent Team USA in a Ryder Cup-style competition with their international counterparts in the King's Cup. We're looking for amateur golfers like you. The King's Cup is played in honor of golf's greatest ambassador, Mr. Arnold Palmer, whose honesty, integrity, sportsmanship, and commitment to excellence represent the ideals for which the game of golf is known. The road to the King's Cup begins with a local qualifier. Over 100 local qualifiers will be conducted throughout the U.S. beginning in February. By finishing in the top 30% of their local qualifier, teams earn their way into the USGC King's Cup National Qualifier. The USGC is also looking for golf courses to host qualifiers. For information or to search for a local qualifier, the USGC website is www.usgolfchallenge.com.
Still using an old golf GPS watch? It's time to upgrade to ShotScope. ShotScope isn't just a golf watch, it's a fully automated golf performance tracking system on your wrist. ShotScope gives you access to over 100 tour-level statistics, get putting analysis, short game breakdown, even find out how far you're booming your driver. All data is captured automatically by the groundbreaking ShotScope golf performance tracking system. ShotScope, the ultimate golf watch. Find out more at shotscope.com.
Bigg's Golf Talk, hour number 2, sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by visiting, and actually soon we will have qualifiers listed on BiggsGolfTalk.com. So there's no excuses for anybody not to find a qualifier near them. You can also visit USGolfChallenge.com and find a qualifier near you. Need to be 21 years of age or older to enjoy a great Tito's adult beverage. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Amanda Robertson, the golf diva, has the day off today. She submitted her On Par with Amanda earlier, and you guys heard that nice little segment. What a great segment it was. Bill the Golf Father Cuebas, along with Bigg Jon, Vic, and our website, www.biggsgolftalk.com, BIGGS golftalk.com. We have the most bitchin' show around. Right, Billy?
And that's what Amanda says.
That's what Amanda says, right. Yeah, bitchin'.
Yeah. I don't know if we're bitchin' or we're bitchin'. I don't know how we're going to spell that one.
I don't know.
So,
Is it I-N-E-N or I-N-G? I don't know.
I don't know. I think sometimes you're bitching.
Well, that's the thing. I think if we're complaining about something, then we're bitching. But if we're cool about something, then we're bitchin'. Right? Is that how it goes?
Yes, because that's what the new lingo is, bitching.
You know what?
I don't know
here's
if that's
the thing.
appropriate.
Let's bring in our next guys, because you want to talk about a hip dude. You know, Billy, around the golf media business, we all offer something different when we're in the media. Whether it be a blog, whether it be a radio show, whether it be an article, writing for a magazine, publishing a magazine, or hosting another radio show or a podcast, right? We all offer something different, and we all have one common goal, and that is growing the game of golf. And I've always said it here on Bigg's Golf Talk, I don't hate on anybody. I'll give another media member time on this show to talk about their show, talk about their blog, talk about their website, whatever they have to offer, because it's always something different. It's never the same thing that Bill and I do here on Bigg's Golf Talk. We have something unique. Although some people out there, I'm not going to mention any names, like to copy us and try to copy us. But Billy and I, the Golf Father, we have brains. We have smarts. We're bitching because we always keep it fresh and do something new when the New Year's come around. But you want to talk about a hip dude? this guy, Hooked on Golf blog, Tony I can't, this last name.
We'll let him say it.
Yeah.
We'll let him say
I'm
it.
going to just go Tony Hogg from Hooked on Golf.
Yeah.
There you go. Tony, how do you say your last name, bud?
Korologos. And I like to tell people my last name is misspelled exactly the way it's mispronounced.
Oh, okay. That makes a lot of sense. You see, that's why he's bitching. We like him.
Yeah. See, Tony's bitching. He's not bitching, but he's bitching. We might listen to him bitching a little bit because poor Tony is rehabbing from a shoulder injury.
I know. 9.5 weeks into going.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So how's that shoulder, Tone?
Well, the recovery is going very slowly. I had surgery for three pretty major issues: torn rotator cuff, torn labrum, and a torn bicep tendon.
Oof.
I've got 5 screws in my shoulder now. Wow. And it is very, very inflamed and irritated and unhappy about what happened. And there's a lot of scar tissue built up, and so I have very little mobility at the moment. Just getting to the point where I can reach my arm up high enough to brush my teeth with my right hand. So it's slow go, and it's pretty frustrating because I'm not out on the golf course.
Yeah, it is frustrating, especially this time of the year. I was saying it just during a commercial break as we head into hour number 2, but I was just talking about, man, wrong time of the year. If you're a golfer, wrong time of the year to be rehabbing and getting that surgery done. And unfortunately, but now you and Billy made a trip to Bandon Dunes, and you were hurting at that point, weren't you?
Yeah, that was middle of summer 2018. I got a shot a few days before that trip, or I wouldn't have even been able to lift my right arm on that trip. So thank goodness for steroid technology, which basically killed the pain. But I'm afraid that I was probably damaging it more and more as I played the rest of the season. But it was sure great to get in that trip to Bandon Dunes because that's a fantastic place. I can't wait to get back there.
I'm sure you and Billy will talk about that in a little bit. But let's get to where it all started for one Tony Hogg, because what you do, and you have been around just as long as Bigg's Golf Talk, just as long as Bigg Jon Vick and Bill the Golffather, the Cuebas has been around. But you've been around for the double-digit years, 10-plus years, with a blog, successful blog at that, many followers, especially me. I like to go and I like to read what you got going on. Where did it all start for Tony Hogg?
Well, back in 2004, my best buddy was a pioneer in the blogosphere, as they say. He had started a political blog that became huge, and he contacted me one day and said, you should start blogging. And I said, blogging? What's that? Because no one had heard of him at that point. And he said, you just write about stuff, and, they're going to be the hottest thing since sliced bread. And he says, just pick a subject that you like. And I said, well, okay, let's see, what do I got out there? I got rock and roll, strippers, and golf. And I'm afraid I picked the wrong one, because if I would have picked strippers, I think I would have had a lot more traffic and made a ton more money at this point.
You probably would have, but we're glad you chose the golf industry.
So that was 2004. I started it up and started just writing just about my own game, my own experience, and then doing some commentary here and there about the PGA Tour. At the time, late 2004, there was probably 3 or 4 golf blogs in existence. I think maybe one or two of those are still around. And, I just kept at it, kept hammering on it, and kept writing new material and getting better at it and redesigning the website and trying to make things better. And one day I thought, it would look really cool if I put a golf ball up here. So I put a Titleist golf ball up in the corner. And not 5 minutes later, I got an email from a guy at TaylorMade that said, hey, if I send you a bunch of TaylorMade stuff, will you take that Titleist ball down? And I said, sure.
Absolutely.
And that was the first known golf swag for a blogger that I can think of. And at that point, I thought, well, this is kind of interesting. I didn't realize some PR guy or whoever from TaylorMade was paying attention to what I was saying.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of started a whole new ball rolling of, hey, let's start looking at golf equipment and golf accessories and apparel and the whole 9 yards, and start writing about that too, because it's really fun, and it's just a blast to check out the new gear.
So where did it all start with you? How did you and the Golf Father meet?
The golf blogger, John Retzer?
Golf Father.
The Golf Father.
The Golf Father.
The Golf Father. Well, the Golf Father has such a huge web presence across various media, like, social networks and, Facebook and Twitter and everywhere. It was just bound to happen that we crossed paths at some point.
Yeah.
And when I first saw the first photos of him, I thought, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, most people say that. Who the hell is that guy?
And then I think we met in person for the first time on a trip to Michigan.
Yes,
and
we shared a
Boy,
room.
yeah, that's right.
The house.
That's right.
What we say, it wasn't no ordinary. It was the presidential suite.
That's right.
How we
Yeah,
rolled.
big time.
That's right. Yeah, we rolled big time. We had the whole top floor overlooking Lake Michigan. That was huge.
So I was fascinated by the Golf Father, and I thought, well, I'm kind of interested with this guy, and it turns out he's a hell of a guy. And we've been pretty good buddies ever since.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and you know what I like about Tony Biggs is he doesn't hold his tongue. You know,
I like guys
he's
like
not
that.
afraid.
Right.
Well, you know what it is? There's so many guys that want to be politically correct about everything that it actually hurts them.
Right.
Because if all you're going to do is talk about how beautiful and this thing is the best one I use, and then next week you use another one and it's identical, and it's like, oh, this one's the best and this one's the best. Tony, while he likes apparel or loves apparel, because we've seen him posting all his Puma golf camo, and I could barely see him because all
The
I
apparel
see
scripts? Are we talking about the apparel scripts?
We haven't hit that yet, and that's what made me love Tony. It's how much he embraces when he receives the apparel scripts from the masters. And Tony's created several apparel scripts. You know what I mean? So I love reading his stuff because while it's comical, it's true, and that's what makes it great because it really is true. And when you point out the truth, there's always a little bit of humor in it. And he pushes just the right amount where nobody's actually cutting him off, because he could criticize everybody and nobody really bothers Tony with it. And I like that. I admire that he can go out there and do that crazy stuff. And there's almost no recourse that we can see in front. I don't know if Tony's going to say anything happens behind the scenes, but right in front of us, we see he doesn't back down. And I like that. I admire the fact that he doesn't. If somebody comes up with something, he comes right back at it. So I like that a lot.
Well, thanks. Coming from you, Bill, that's quite a compliment. No, I in my previous life, I was a rock and roll musician, and so I've tried to bring a little bit of a rock and roll attitude to golf blogging, and that's why my logo is a skull with a golf pin sticking out of its head, with flames coming out of it.
Yeah.
So I try to have a little bit of an edge and not just be some kind of Wonder Bread cookie cutter golf blog. There are hundreds of those, and unless you can provide something original and authentic and honest, then you're just going to look like one of a million, that are out there. So the apparel script thing is one of these things that I started receiving those years and years ago, and I thought, what in the hell is this? And these blogs and even the big golf, what would you say, entities out there, they just blindly post this stuff like it's some incredible news piece. But what it seems to me it is just lazy journalism, because you're letting some PR guy write your material for you, And so I just started poking fun at them and making my own scripts, just like, here's me in my master's underwear scripting, And,
I love that one. That was one of my favorites.
And I've got others, like I have toothpaste scripting.
Yes.
I did meat scripting.
I love those things.
I did the Dustin Johnson 2018 Masters sock scripting, because you remember he fell down the stairs and he hurt himself because his socks were too slippery. So, I just try to have fun with it. And a few companies get it and they think it's cool, and a few companies didn't get it, and so they blacklisted me. But if you're not pissing somebody off, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly, but you know what? Other companies appreciate that because if they all did
keep it real,
you're still doing the stuff you do.
Yeah,
yes.
So when people know that you give when people know you give positive feedback, whether they know it's true, genuine positive feedback, and not just because you got something.
Exactly. You want to be authentic,
right?
And even though I try to, I get so much gear in and stuff to review, I can't. I'm a one-man show, and I've thought about having other people work with me, but for now it's a one-man show, and there's no time for me to take the amount of time to look at each thing and spend tons of time shooting pictures and writing articles about everything.
Right.
So when I get something that's total junk, I won't even post about it.
Right.
I'll try to keep my posts positive if I can, but I always try to be a critic too and say, okay, this is a great golf club, but here's where it could improve, and here's what I'd like to see in the next version.
Right.
And if you present it that way, then the manufacturers even don't mind that. In fact, I had one; it was great. I think it was Bobby Jones years ago had sent me some clubs, and I said, these hybrids are incredible. Boy, they're so easy to hit. This is great, and that's great. But the head covers suck. The head covers were these knitted things, and you pull it on your club, and the knitting just opens up and it just tears open, and the club goes all the way through it. And I thought, okay, I'm going to write that because that's part of the deal. And then when I ran into them at the PGA show, I was like, well, I can't wait to talk to them about my negative review of their head covers. And Jesse Ortiz came up to me and said, Tony, thank you for writing that, because I've been trying to tell the people in my company that those head covers sucked for a long time, and nobody listened to me. And finally, we changed them and made them better.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
So,
and that's what it is. I mean, as long as you're constructive in the way you do things,
right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I do a lot of reviews like you do, and not everything is quite as good as it should be. And I don't ever want to bash anybody for trying to have a hope in the dream. So, and like you can't review everything. Certain things, especially if I didn't seek you out and you're seeking for my opinion and stuff, because a lot of them are like, oh, test it out, let me know what you want, what you think about it, critique it, and then they don't want you to tell them the truth. And I'm like, boy. I'm telling you behind the scenes here, this is what I said. It doesn't fit me. It might fit somebody else. And then I've had those that I'm like, you know what? I'll pay the postage to send this thing back and stop making it because it's not going anywhere.
There's a great example of a product like that I've had sent to me so many dozens of times. And finally I wrote back a guy and said, look, man, you guys have probably seen these golf club stands. It's like a piece of metal that's like 3 feet long, and it's bent at the top, and you're supposed to carry it around with you. And when you go to the green, you jab it into the ground, and then you lean your golf club against it by the side of the green so that you don't lose your club or so that your grip doesn't get wet or whatever. And these, it's like nobody will use this. Nobody, no serious golfer will ever use this product, And after about the 20th different one was sent in to me, I looked around and I found them on eBay for $5. Okay. And I wrote this guy back that sent me one. Hey, and he's very excited. This is their baby. He's so excited about his new product. And I said, look, man, I've been in this industry for a long time, and I've even been a sales rep for different brands. I've tried to get products into stores, and this thing is not going to go anywhere. And there's 1 million of them out there already, and they're $5 on eBay. How can you possibly compete with that?
Yeah.
Save your money. But these people, they how it's like when your friend has a baby, right? And he and his wife are so proud of their beautiful baby. Well, it's got warts all over its face, but they still think it's the most beautiful baby in the world. And everyone tells them how beautiful their baby is. And so everyone around them in their little sphere is like making them think that they've got this incredible thing, but the reality is that it's not. And I hope I saved the guy from losing his life savings, but so anyway, we see it all, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you just don't know that's happening, but
you try to be nice about it. The whole thing is we try to be nice. and not tarnish what we do,
right?
Because you want to appease somebody,
right?
And that's what they don't understand. And I love when they come out. Oh, you get paid to say nice things. It's like I don't get paid to do nothing. Exactly. So no, you're absolutely wrong. I'm not getting paid to do this product review or nothing else. We don't do that. I've never taken money to do a product review, and I'm not going to take money to do a product review. If I don't like it, and if I won't buy it myself, I'm going to say it. It's plain and simple. If it's not something that I'm willing to waste my own money, we've bought even BiGGs. BiGGs goes out. I've bought stuff because we've tried. Maybe it's one wedge. BiGGs tried one wedge and went and bought 2 wedges from the same exact company because he tested the one and loved it so much. He went and put it in his bag. So you get that exposure. You get a lot of companies don't send you everything. They might send you one, but a lot of stuff we end up, if we really like it, you're going to pay for it. Just like clothing. That shirt that you have, we have shirts that we buy because we like it. BiGGs went and bought one of our guest shows before they were even on the show. BiGGs went and bought their clothing line ahead of time because he liked it. So that's the type of stuff that we want. If we like it and we purchased it and we reach out. We reach out to them and say, hey, we bought your stuff. We want you on. No, it's not going to cost you anything. No, this. We already have your stuff. And that's how we like to do things, you know? I mean, I think that goes a long way for people as opposed to people going on social media and say, hey, I love to try your product for free. Send it to me. Oh, I love that. Send it to me. And can I test it out for you? And they got a whopping 3 followers and they have no blog, no nothing. Yeah. But they want to test it out for the world. So it's crazy. So it's hard doing what we do. And it's a lot of work because I know even when we've done our trips.
Oh, no, it's not. Yeah.
And the amount of time.
Let me tell you something, folks. Mm-hmm. And we got to get into a commercial break and we'll come back more with Tony Hogg here from Hooked on Golf. And Tony, you know this as well. You put the hours in, you've put the years in. But for a 2-hour show, trust me, I'm sitting at this computer 5.5 hours. I mean, I have a producer, I have a staff, but they don't edit the show because I am very specific on how I want the show to air every single week. And a lot of times when we can't do live shows, I have to sit there and edit and everything else and get it down to 2 hours, whatever the case might be. But a lot of times, I'm sitting there for 4.5 hours, 5 hours, trying to figure out what is going to come out of the show, what is going to come out of this segment, what is going to come out of that segment, and then I listen to the whole thing. No, didn't like that. Go back and put that back and take this out. So it takes a lot, and especially when you're a blogger and you're sitting there and you're reading you're a perfectionist. I mean, you want that thing to look perfect because you're like looking on the opposite side saying, if I'm reading this as a visitor of this page, will this person come back? Will I come back and read the next thing this guy writes? And that's the thing that we do, Billy. With this show, what they are listening, will they come back next week and listen? And this is one of the reasons why we have 10 million listeners that listen on iHeartRadio because we have different things, and we are that way about our show, and we try to be as real as possible. We're not PGA pros. Billy didn't go to PGA Tour school and become a pro. I never did. And then Tony sounds like a guy that just loves the game to death. And we're going to get into how it all started for him in the golf world, where it all started, how long he's been golfing. And also, I want to get from Tony because, Bill, I know where your favorite place is, but you guys traveled a lot together and have been on these trips together. I want to see where Tony's favorite place he's been and what is his least favorite place he's been to. We're going to get to that with Tony Hogg here on BiGGs Golf Talk right after this break. We'll be right back right after this. The Spider Divot Tool's revolutionary new design is better for greens and makes ball mark repairs easy. No sharp ends or dirt in your pocket, the Spider achieves amazing results with little or no skill. With a simple push-pull action, the Spider makes ball marks disappear quicker and better for a smoother putting surface. The Spider includes a magnetic ball marker and is made of milled aluminum to last a lifetime. It also makes a great gift for your next tournament and that special golfer who has it all. The Spider tool from Instagolf is a must-have in every golfer's bag. For more information about the Spider Divot Tools, their website is www.spiderdivot.tools.com and enter promo code BIGG Golf Talk To get 10% off your purchase, www.spiderdivottools.com. The Spider Divot Tools is the official divot tool of Bigg's Golf Talk. A golf ball that performs for you. The Encore Avant 55, hot off the tee, a formulated core that delivers more energy and utilizes soft cell technology to achieve ultra-low 55 compression. This blend of innovation and simplicity provides more distance and greater feel. The Caliber, maximum accuracy. A patent hollow metal core creates significant rifle spin while reducing side spin, allowing the ball to travel along a straighter trajectory. The Encore Elixir Tour Ball, hot list winner. The premium cast urethane cover delivers a soft and pure feel off the club face and gives the Elixir ultimate greenside control, durability, and unmatched putting performance. Be sure to check out their combo packages and sign up for the loyalty program. Gift cards are also available. For more information, their website is www.encoregolf.com. And be more with Encore. Welcome back to Bigg's Golf Talk, right here on the Lake County Sports Network, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, and on Spotify. Don't forget about your Alexa devices. Alexa, that's right. You can hear Bigg's Golf Talk on your Alexa devices. Our website, www.biggsgolftalk.com, BiGGs golftalk.com. He's the golf father, Bill Cuebas. I am Bigg Jon Vick. Our third person here makes up the threesome. No, it's not the golf diva, Amanda Robertson, but it's Tony Hogg from Hooked on Golf joining us here on Bigg's Golf Talk. And Tony, for one thing, how can people find out more and read about your blog?
Well, the URL for the blog is hookedongolfblog.com. I realize it's a little long, and I probably should have found something shorter, but that's what I picked back in 2004. I can also be found on social networks. Instagram is Hooked on Golf Blog. I have a couple of Twitters, Hog Golf Blog and the Golf Space. And let's see, where else am I? I'm on Facebook. My MySpace account is Sexy Golf XXX.
MySpace is still around.
Mr. Sexy. Yeah, no, we're not following that Mr. Sexy account. Sorry.
Yeah, Billy doesn't like competition.
No, not at all. Now I got a dumb question. Does MySpace still exist?
That's what I was just saying, yeah.
I don't even. It does.
Does it?
I thought it.
I don't know.
I don't know. It sort of like kind of changed for like towards music geared. I think it went like basically from music.
Well, remember Tony said he was a rock and roll guy in his previous life.
Yeah. So back then it was. I was on it when it first came out, but I think that thing fizzled and stayed just with like music. People that like just doing their own kind of music out there. But yeah, I haven't heard about MySpace in forever. That's sort of like that school thing, that classmates.com.
Oh, yeah.
Because I haven't heard about that thing in like forever. And then I got an email the other day. Somebody looked at your profile. And I'm like, what, 30 years later? They looked at my profile? They can keep it.
Yeah, and she's really hot.
It must be that person you owe $20 to. You want to know how they can collect?
Must be. Yeah, they wanted money from me. That's the only way. And they want you, and it's subscription based.
Right.
But yeah, that was funny you said that. All right, so we're not following Mr. Tony on MySpace.
Sexy
That's
Tony?
the end of that one. All right. Yeah, no Sexy Tony, please. Thank you. My eyes are burning. Oh!
Hey, Tony, how did it all start for you for golf? Where did it start for you for golf? I mean, we all have our own story. What's yours?
My dad gave me a set of clubs. I was probably 30. So, a little later in life, I didn't start as a kid.
Yeah,
he gave me a set of old Browning blades. And he used to be a PR guy, and one of the companies he worked for was Browning. And they didn't make just guns at the time. They made golf clubs. And so he gave me some Browning clubs that he'd gotten, and I just went down to a range and with no lessons and just started hitting balls. And when you finally make that one connection and you just kill a driver, you're like, whoa, wait a minute, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever, or do you still have your first set of clubs? Like I still have my very first set of clubs, which was Tour Comp LX. That was my very first fitted set of clubs. I don't. You laughing like you remember those clubs. But did you keep your first set? I haven't had my first staff bag ever. I remember, Bill. I told you. When I was on the radio in Chicago, and Tour Edge gave me a staff bag with my name on it, and I still have that bag. We did a tour down at Tour Edge in Illinois, and I seen that bag. I was like, hey, I remember that bag, and I was telling the media guy, John up there, and he was like, wow, that bag is old. That's one of our first staff bags. But yeah, I still have that one with my name. Did you keep your first set of clubs?
I kept them for a long time, and then as the years kind of went by, I had more and more and more clubs in the garage, just taking up tons of space.
Yeah.
And I finally had to say goodbye. I do have a set of Hogan's that I've bought in 2001 that I still have around because they were so good.
Yeah.
But, you know, boy, you can't keep everything. So I had to say goodbye at some point.
Yeah, I still kept some of mine. I got my first set of clubs still, but I like Tony. I started when I was in my 30s. I didn't even know about golf until I moved to Florida. Yeah. So none of us. So we all know. So when I got I went to the range with a friend, and 2 days later I had a whole set of clubs. But I didn't know then that going to Sam's Club and buying John Daly golf clubs was a good thing at that point. That's what I did.
Yeah.
I bought Lion clubs, but they didn't roar really loud for me until later on. But yeah, I still got my Nike. Anything that I thought was nostalgic, I kept. You know what I mean? So those I kept. I put them on a different side of my garage that I won't depart with. I got my original bag from like when I did Play Famously with Mizuno. So I got that bag in my office. I got a USA bag that I keep in my office. Certain things mementos that, even my JP wedges, those things are in my office. Things that are, priceless to me, whether they're priceless outside in the golf world, they stay inside my office. I don't use them because I have so much, like you, I have a lot of the stuff that I can play with, that I enjoy playing with. So it makes sense for me to do it. But I still have my first golf bag, too. My New York Giants golf bag.
Oh.
That was my first golf bag.
Wow,
I bought a New York Giants golf bag, and I still have it. It holds my clubs in the garage. So, it's not in my office because I couldn't keep anything, that many bags in my office. But, it's my first bag, so I kept that one, too. So they all have certain meanings as we grow. But you said you got your first club with your dad. Does your dad still golf now?
He does, yeah. He's 82, and he still plays, though he's a little frustrated with his lack of distance. I'm like, dude, you're 82.
What do you expect? You can get out there and play. Yes.
I hope I live.
You're standing on the right side of the grass.
Yeah, I hope I live to 82. Exactly. Hence, not to mention golf at 82. Holy cow, good for him.
Yes. Does he golf his age?
He's just a little bit above that. He's usually up around 90. Which is not bad. But the problem is he insists on playing from the wrong tees. He always plays a tee too long. I'm like, dude, why don't you just move up a tee, and then you'll clear the water on that par 3, no problem,
Tony, you know what? Yeah. Guys like that who come back from an era where, they have too much pride to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
There's too much pride in those tees, man. We know. We see it every day.
Yeah.
We played this weekend. And when I play, I try to play around 6,000 yards here in Florida, right? So this weekend we were playing the whites. There were dudes that were in their 80s playing from the black, and they couldn't get past the forward tee, and they were still playing from the black. And we got to see them for several holes, and I'm like, why bother unless you're just trying to get your money's worth? What fun is that? It's
not fun, yeah.
I can't get. I don't see the fun in it. Just because it says men's tee box doesn't mean you gotta play from the far tips. You're not that good. I want to have fun. If I felt like I could cheat, and I don't want to cheat myself by going less than the 6,000 yards here, I've done it when I play with other people. I played with some guys that didn't really know the game, that they just went out. I don't mind playing the same tees that they do, and I found it enjoying. I thought I was cheating, but at least I felt it was fun. Now playing from the back tees, because I'm playing with like Tony. Tony can hit the ball really well. I don't know how, after all these screws and rotator things that he got going on, but he hits the ball good. But that didn't mean that I was playing like me and Tony play with another John. John the Ball
Yeah,
into the
yeah.
green. When
I
we
played
played with
well,
him, he's a, you know him, right, Don?
Yeah.
So he's a long drive guy.
Right.
Why on earth would I go play the tees with him, or why would he play the tees with us? It's just not the same. It's not fair. You got to play to your ability, and unfortunately, a lot of people are stubborn, and they don't want to play to their ability. Everybody thinks that they're going to pay the back.
For the last couple of weeks, Billy,
Mm-hmm.
we've been on that topic, and I want to get Tony's opinion about that. Tony, we've been on this topic where we should just remove gender-related tees. In other words, there should be no men's, no women's, no juniors tees, no ladies tees, no nothing. It should all be relative to handicap and ability. What do you think about that?
No, I totally agree with that. Most people play probably one or two tees too long for their game. I think, I've seen some good theories out there that say you should, they have a little sign on the first hole that says, if you hit your driver 250, then play from the blue tees. If you hit it 220, play from the white tees. If you hit a 180, hit from the red tees. And it's not the women's tees and it's not the men's tees. And we can't do women and men anymore because that's politically incorrect. We have to be gender neutral.
Right.
So just play from the gender neutral tees and just base it off of ability, handicap, or how far you can hit the ball.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. And I love moving up. I played in my local league has a really fun tournament that of course it's politically incorrect now, but we call it the Ladies' Day, where we played the entire course from the red tees.
I love it.
And I shot a 64. I'm like, hey, this is great. I'm making birdies and eagles all over the place.
See that?
So,
but now you can't call it that. Now it's very sensitive. And you know what? You have they'll blame it on the men, but there's a lot of female golfers out there that they're amateurs, of course, and they still call it the women's tees. Right. And I'm like, no, you don't belong there. You play to your game.
Right.
We have people that play where we're at. That there's several ladies in the group behind us, and there's one of them that she should not be playing the tees that she's playing from, and she literally almost hits it into us consistently. And now, mind you, we're finishing our 18 in under 3 hours every day, Saturday and Sunday. Under 3 hours, we're done. But we have to dodge bullets because she's playing from the closed tees, and she's driving the ball like 230, and to play from the red tees at 230, that's counterproductive, and I don't see the fun in it.
Right.
Plus, it bothers a lot of the guys that we play with. But you could have so much fun if we took the emphasis and decided. One guy we played with in Orlando recently, we did the tour at Reunion, and the guy lied, and I loved it that he lied. He was like, oh, today's tees are playing for blah, blah, blah. Go hit from this tee and this tee. And then after we finished, he goes, did you have fun? Yeah. He goes, good, because those weren't the tees, then those weren't the distances. So I was like, yeah. But it's a smart way,
right.
Because, most of us are going to, not everybody, but the majority of us are going to play from the wrong tees. And I think it's smart if you can just, like Tony was saying, if you play this, if you drive this, drive that.
That's a
Because
great
a lot
point.
of people can't do it. I think it is. I think it's really good. And not for nothing, Biggs, you have a lot of guys out there, because, I've played with some, that they swear they hit the ball, 280
300.
yards. 200, everybody's hit 300 yards. And then when you play with them, oh, I'm having a bad day. It's off. And I'm like, I played with you 6 times, and you haven't hit the ball 300 yards yet. So, yeah, something's wrong, I blame it on a lot of the machines. Because they think because they go to these simulators and they're blasting 310-yard drives that these things aren't amped up with a practice ball. We all know practice balls are jacked down.
Right.
They're nowhere near the compression what they are. So if you're hitting a ball 300 yards on a machine with a practice ball, that's insane.
Right.
I don't see it happening, but yeah, I think Tony's onto something with the driver.
Right.
If you hit a driver this is where you should go. If you can carry this is where you should go. So I think that's the first time we've heard that idea from men and women alike.
Let's move on to travel, because we have a few minutes here. Let's move on to traveling.
Okay.
You and Big Dog Tony here, Tony Hogg, has done a lot of traveling, has been to a lot of places. But, Billy, I found out from the commercial break that where you've been ain't even comparing to how far Tony is.
No, this is the part where I dislike Tony, but I'm going to let him talk anyway.
So I want to pose this question to Tony. Tony, your favorite place you've been to and your least favorite course you've been to?
Well, there's really no comparison to my favorite place that I've been to is Scotland. I've been there 3 times now, usually for about 7 to 10 days. And there's just nothing. Nothing compares to it.
Aren't you sorry you invited him on the show now there, Bill?
Well, I mean, I didn't know he was going to rub Ireland. I was thinking Morocco. But now he threw Ireland at me. I forgot about Ireland, so I like him even less. Yeah, it's okay. Go ahead.
So, yes, I really, links golf is so fun. You know, it's so different than American golf, and I'm very critical of what I call, overwatered, too green American golf. The courses here are too soft, too green, too plush. The ball doesn't bounce, the ball doesn't roll anywhere. And links golf is totally opposite of that. It's just so fun to be creative and hit shots, and hit bank shots and stuff, and run them up, and to be able to putt from 50 yards. And mainly, I love putting from 50 yards because my short game is pretty bad. But so Scotland's number one for sure. It's hard to pick a place that I least like, but I'd have to say Orlando. That place makes me nauseous for some reason. I literally do get sick when I go there. My eyes turn into like tomatoes, and my digestive system gets all messed up. And the golf there, there's some decent golf I played there, but I live in the mountains, so I'm used to elevation change and some good variance there. And there's not a lot of elevation change in a lot of Florida courses, so. Probably Orlando golf in general is probably my least favorite, but I would take there right now.
Absolutely. The only thing you could probably do is practice putting, can't you?
That's about it. I got about a 12-inch backstroke right now, so that'll work.
Yeah, that's rough.
But I kind of agree with you. One cool thing I can point out on my blog. In my, to make my real ends meet, I'm a computer programmer, and on my blog, I created this map. It's called the World Tour, and it's in my navigation menu up at the top. If you click on World Tour, it takes you to a page that has a map of the world, and there's red dots all over the world where I've been on my World Tour. And if you click on the dot, it'll tell you what golf course I played. And it's pretty fun to look at. It's kind of mind blowing.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun for that. It's not fun. I don't like it. I didn't like hitting United Kingdom, Morocco, Venezuela side, Colombia, and everywhere. Yeah, I didn't like it. I don't like it. Yes, no, but it really is cool. He did go above and beyond in that particular World Tour map that he has. I've been lucky that I started joining his World Tour. On the blogging stuff that we're doing it. So I'm hoping to do more with him, in the future once he heals up. We're taking a rest session this summer, until he heals up because nobody wants to really do it without him, so we're going to...
you guys go play, man.
Nah,
you could be waiting for me for a long time.
Nah, we'll wait for you. You're worth waiting for. So we're good. I got a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing with the Folds of Honor for charity and doing some other stuff. So I'm good. I'm waiting for you to hurry up and get better so we can go back and hit it with the rest of the crew, and maybe we can get some more and grow the tour with it. Get some more, people out there that give some quality content and come out with us. Maybe we can get a bigger group, make a trip out of it every year and do something nice.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, what golf entity wouldn't want to have, 8 or 12 of the highest ranked golf, independent people. No, I'm not talking Golf Channel or something like that.
Exactly.
I'm talking independent, authentic, real people. To go cover their places.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we do here on Biggs Golf Talk as well. And thank you for what you do for the game of golf. Like you said, independent, writers, independent, broadcasters. I own the show. It's not on, anything big or anything like that. iHeart and Spotify. You guys are big. Yeah, I know you guys are. But, it's just what we do and how we do it and the way we do it. And I'm talking about the three of us. I'm not just talking about us. I'm talking about all of us, that makes the game fun and brings awareness. And I think people enjoy that. I mean, heck, we have non-golfers listening to the show because they just want to hear what we say next. We razz each other on the show. We have some comedy. We have some humor. We have some laughs. You just never know what you're going to hear, and I think that's what people want to hear, and they enjoy the entertainment of it as well. And like you said, Tony, we're going to new places this year. We're going to New Mexico. We're going to Colorado. On our way to Texas.
Where are you going to New Mexico?
Actually, right. We got this weekend. We're going to be out there filming promo for Folds of Honor for the event that they're going to be having out there. So we're.
I think this one's Albuquerque, right?
Yes,
we're going to Albuquerque.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's out. We got 3 trips. Yeah, this one's Albuquerque, and then we're going to 2 other places that are like an hour and a half away from the airport. I forgot the name of the places.
In New Mexico?
In New Mexico. Yeah. I want to get to Roswell. Have you been to New Mexico, Tom?
Yeah, I was going to mention, one of my favorite all-time courses ever is in New Mexico. It's called Black Mesa.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. It's about a half an hour, 40 minutes north of Santa Fe. So I'm guessing it's probably, an hour and a half, two-hour drive from Albuquerque. It's an incredible course. Baxter Span design, going through the desert. It's like a mountain. What would I call it? It's like go up and over desert plateaus, and it's just an incredible design. The other one,
I'm trying to think, is so we might have to check it out. Black Mesa, was it?
Yeah, I have it written down.
Black Mesa, yeah.
Black Mesa course, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's Paco Ridge is right there by Albuquerque. I mean, it's not right by it, it's in the mountains there to the east. You definitely should check out Paco Ridge, because between Paco and Black Mesa, both of those courses are ranked number 1 in New Mexico, for the last X number of years. Black Mesa's had some maintenance issues the last few years, but they're making a comeback. But boy, Paco Ridge is just fantastic, and if you're right there at Albuquerque, you should try to get over there.
Yeah, all right.
Absolutely. I'm thinking of going there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Hey, Tony, thank you so much for joining us here on Biggs Golf Talk. Like I said, what you're doing for golf, what we all do for golf, man, it's a great thing that we, and I like to share the wealth here on Biggs Golf Talk, as well as Bill the Golf Father Cuebas does. So we appreciate what you do, and get well soon, my friend, and hopefully we'll hit the links together one day and play some golf and have some laughs and have some drinks as well, and just talk about the great memories and the great stories about golf that we all have together. So good luck to you, my friend. I hope you get a speedy recovery. One more time, how can people find out more information about Hooked on Golf blog?
Well, once again, thanks for having me on. Let's do it again for sure. The website is hookedongolfblog.com. I can also be found on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. If you just Google Hooked on Golf blog, you should be able to find it pretty easily. And once again, great talking to you guys, and I really appreciate it.
Coming up next here on Biggs Golf Talk, it is Biggs Product of the Week. We'll be right back right after this.
Golf is a dirty game. It's time to clean it up with Ready Pot, the only putter cover with a built-in ball cleaner and magnetic surface. Clean balls roll accurately, meaning you make more putts. Sink more, swear less. Clean up your game with Ready Pot.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap, already providing over 10,000 scholarships. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
This is Biggs Product of the Week. Each week, Bigg Jon and the Golf Father select a golf product to feature. Here is Bigg Jon Vick and Bill, the Golf Father Cuebas, with this week's Product of the Week.
Biggs Product of the Week is sponsored by U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by participating in a local qualifier near you by visiting usgolfchallenge.com or on BiggsGolfTalk.com. We're soon going to be listing all the local qualifiers on our website as well. So Bill the Golf Father Cuebas with Bigg Jon Vick and some upcoming qualifiers that you should be aware about. In Homewood, Illinois on June 2nd, Billy, $210 per team includes green fees and prize fund, and this registration closes on May 23rd. I can't see the golf course, Billy. Can you?
The golf course? Hold on one second. Let me see if I can see the golf course, and I'll tell you. It's I don't know how to say it, but I'm going to try it. It's a public golf course. It's called Ravisloe Country Club, and it was built in 1901. So it's RAVISLOE Country Club in Homewood, Illinois. So it definitely has history, Biggs.
Yeah, Homewood, Illinois, and man, I'll tell you what, that price, $210 per team, is great. That's just $105.
$105.
Yeah, per guy, and that includes green fees and the prize fund. So registration closes on May 23rd for that. So head over to US Golf Challenge for that. Pikesville, Maryland, June the 6th.
The Suburban Club.
Yeah, Suburban Club, $240 per team. That also includes green fees and the prize fund. Registration closes on May 28th. For that one, June the 9th, let's go out to Lebanon, Indiana. Golf Club of Indiana. This is a nice golf club. I've heard about this golf club, too. $210 per team, includes green fees and prize fund. June the 2nd is when the registration closes for that one. Now, I know all about this golf club. This is kind of a link-style golf club. Prairie Landing in West Chicago, Illinois, $210 per team. And let me tell you something. That course alone is like $75, $80, $100-something on the weekend to golf there with a cart. This includes green fees and a prize fund. June the 12th is when registration closes. This is a quality golf course for you to qualify on. You're going to love that golf course. West Virginia on June the 30th, Snowshoe, West Virginia, the Raven Golf Club at Snowshoe Mountain, $180 per team, Billy. That's
insane.
Green fees and prize fund included for that. June 23rd is your registration close date, and we highly recommend you guys go and check out many other local qualifiers. But that's your June qualifying list right there for the USGC local qualifier for the Kings Cup qualifying. And, Billy, I'll tell you what, man, they have a chance to local qualify and then move on to the Nationals.
Yeah, and the more people that participate, I believe if it's 15, I think it's 15 teams. If it's 15 teams, whoever wins that event gets an automatic pass into the qualifier over there. And I think that's like a $900 and change value for the experience that they're going to get. So I can't see anybody, especially at these prices that they're doing it at. It's incredible. And the experience itself and the format that they follow is, I love it. I love the format that they have. You know, I've been lucky enough to be at a couple of the events, and we're actually going to be at the Kings Cup in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So, and that's what the winners that continue on and end up winning the divisions and everything, they got a shot to go to Ireland next year for 2020.
Yep.
That's huge and represent the USA, man. So, and there's a lot more countries. You know, we had Randy Tetlinger on a couple weeks ago, and he talked about some of the other parts of the countries, different countries that are trying to get in and join in with us.
Tank! Yes, absolutely.
Yes, oh yeah, the Tank man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody loves Tank.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good.
All right, our Biggs product of the week is Big Max Trolley, and Big Max was founded in 1994 and has grown into a global market-leading pushcart and golf bag brand. Europe's #1 pushcart brand was launched into the U.S. market in 2014. Their innovative fold-flat cart designs have been awarded the Golf Digest Editor's Choice Awards for Best Pushcart the last 3 years running. The Auto Fold FF2 back in 2016, the Blade Quattro 2017, and the Blade IP in 2018. Big Max carts are equipped with a 5-year warranty. When registered, register your carts online at BigMaxGolf.com. And Billy, I happen to have the Quattro and have used this, and it makes walking so much fun. It's like a Cadillac of carts, really. With all the accessories and stuff that come with it, you could get a cooler that straps to the bag. You get, it comes with an umbrella, to hold your umbrella. You can
phones, everything.
Yeah,
there's nothing that they haven't thought of.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It can hold your rangefinder. They have a little thing that you put on the side, lock system on it, and such an easy cart and such lightweight. Folds down to a flat and fits right in. right into your trunk, right on top of your golf clubs with no problem whatsoever. It's just a great cart, and I highly recommend it. And we've seen these things in Orlando at the PGA Merchandise Show. Finally got one in my hand, and I know you have one too as well. And I just love it. And for a guy like me, it's just going to make me want to walk the 9 holes every single Thursday.
And a lot of the people that we have out that I know that walk, during the times later on in the day when it's not that rush, because in Florida it's different, so they got to be leery of the times. But for the ones that walk, my friends that do walk, they all have Big Max golf carts, and they're really nice. They're really nice a lot. I mean, they got them all decked out with everything on them. And Big Max, and you see how tiny that thing folds into?
Yeah.
It's really tiny that it folds up.
So it's not taking a whole lot of space. I mean, it's literally sitting right next to me in my office here, right against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's flat. It's
And the thing is, when like you have it in your office, me, I have it in my garage because I got the case. They sell a case that you can get, and it folds into that case.
Now, let me just say this: they don't have a case for the Quattro. I looked into it because that's what I was going to. But they have one for the 3-wheel ones and the Blade IP and the other one. So they do have it for the 3-1 that they have the case. But the Quattro, I didn't see a case for it whatsoever. But you know what?
Yeah, mine does.
Right.
I think I got the IQ. I got the IQ one, the 3-wheel. But I actually have the bag for it, and it's so flat. It only sticks out a couple inches, and I hang it on a hook in my garage. It doesn't take up any space. It stays out of the way.
You know what I like about this too, Billy? I mean, it has everything. So it tells you where it had little tabs. Says pull here. Just take the one switch out. Boom, pop, boom, and up it goes. Less than 5 seconds, it will take you to get, and you're ready to golf. I mean, taking it down less than 3 seconds. You just one hook there, and it closes and it folds all the way down.
Yeah, he shut that thing down in seconds.
Yeah.
It was amazing how easy that it shut down, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. It's really compact. I don't know for all the listeners, but maybe they need a refresher. If they go to our site, we are giving away currently a Big Max golf bag for April, and we have more news that I don't know what you're going to say about it. But I know that it is also an IQ in white and red. So I don't know if you want to talk about that, Mr. Biggs.
Well, you subscribe to Biggs Golf Talk on YouTube, and I know we said it in the beginning of the month. Amanda's been really, really busy, super, super busy. But we have plans to give away a Big Max golf cart on YouTube. So just keep listening and looking out for that. And subscribe because that's the
spoiler.
You get notified when that video goes up and the entries start to come in, and we'll let you know how you can enter to win that. But we are going to be giving away a Big Max
IQ Plus
cart.
So. White and red. And it's a folded one.
I actually have the white and red Quattro. Yeah, I love it. So
so it's similar to that, but it's a 3-wheeler. But it still has all the stuff it has all the capabilities to do whatever you need. It's a really neat one. It's the one like I have, and it goes. Well, maybe the person that wins the bag, the Aqua bag this month, Aqua Ocean in red. They better start keeping an eye on YouTube because they may want that matching folded cart.
That looks sharp. Yeah.
It's a beauty. They make quality products, and they've come a long way. Even though. The stuff like originally when I got the red bag, that was only in the UK. Now it's stateside, but there's a lot of stuff coming into the U.S. now from them.
And by the way, Big Mac's doing their part to save the earth as well. They are really trying to cut down on how much plastic they use to package their products and all that stuff. And so kudos to them about that. So
yes, they're doing a lot of good stuff for the environment. They're a great company. It's been a pleasure working with them, the last couple of years. They love our listeners. They love the feedback. They've been on the show, and they plan on doing more giveaways. So they enjoy the interaction with our people, so it's a good thing.
Big Max on Biggs Golf Talk here, and we recommend them for your golfing needs, whether it be a golf bag or a golf cart, as we just discussed. We highly recommend them. Go to BiggMaxGolf.com to find out more information. That's Bigg's Product of the Week, sponsored by the U.S. Golf Challenge with Tito's Vodka. Qualify for the King's Cup today by visiting usgolfchallenge.com to find out a local qualifier near you. And you must be 21 years of age to enjoy a Tito's Vodka beverage. And friends, don't let friends drive drunk. So we're at the end of the show here, and everybody's been wondering what is the phrase of the week. Well, we have the phrase of the week. Justice Bex, I mentioned you earlier in the show, and I said to you later on in the show I was going to honor you, my friend, for your support and your loyalty. Well, the phrase of the week is J-Dog. The letter J, dog. D-O-G-G. He likes to use 2 G's as well. So
yes, he does. Yeah.
J-Dog is the phrase of the week this week. Well, Billy, it's been a great show, and off we go, man. As a matter of fact, I think we have a tea time coming up. We're in New Mexico. We're out of here. We're going to play some golf.
Yes, we are.
So you out there, thanks for listening. For Amanda, the Golf Diva, Robertson, for the Golf Father, Bill Cuebas, I'm Bigg Jon Vick, and this has been Bigg's Golf Talk. Good golfing, everybody, and you matter. Take care. Thanks for listening.